hardly shopped on Amazon. Like, because of our budget, we were just very like, we don't need to do anything extra. So we were not really Amazon users. We didn't know much about the business. The first products I sourced were just books from around the house. Perfect. I sold my Dave Ramsey book, and that sold really fast.
Welcome to Streams of Income with self-help author Ryan Rieger.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Streams of Income radio show. I'm your host, Ryan Rieger, and today we are chatting with my friends and Legends members, Jason and Haiti Marshall. They literally started out with $0, but also we are doing an insane promotion for our Legends community, a $1 45-day trial. And what's significant about this is that our Q4 groups start up in mid-September. So if you jump in now into our Legends community, you'll get the Q4 groups for free. You can even test out the Q4 groups as well during this 45-day trial because it overlaps. And now if you decide not to continue in Legends, you wouldn't be in the Q4 groups either. You could pay for that separately. But as a Legends member, you get free access to the Q4 groups. So this is an insane promotion, one that we have never done before, might not ever duplicate. And this promotion ends on next Sunday evening. So jump in there. The link will be in the show notes, but it's amzlegends.com/45DAY, amzlegends.com/45DAY to get you that insane $1 45-day trial and also access to the beginning of our Q4 groups just in the trial. Where are you guys from? How'd you get started on this journey, your business journey? You can go back before that if you want anything relevant. We just love hearing Legends folks' stories. So,
well, I'm originally from the Richmond, Virginia area, and we're still in Central Virginia in a town called Chester. And so, yeah, I grew up here. I went to elementary school, middle school, high school in this area, and grew up in the church. I wasn't a PK or anything like that, but eventually became pastor in the church following my time at Oral Roberts University.
Yeah.
And then 3 years after the youth pastor thing, I met Haiti, and she was actually one of my youth leaders. And then after that, started dating, got married. And we just celebrated 10 years of marriage. Yep.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah. And then for me, I'm from Panama. So grew up there, came here right to Richmond. I was about 8. And then like Jason said, we met at church. And I come from a large family. I'm the third of 9. Wow. So we were enjoying just being a part of the church. And then God called Jason. Called us out of ministry, and we thought it's going to be so easy just finding another job. He went to Oral Roberts University. He had a 4-year degree. So we were like, it's going to be so easy.
I just figured, 13 years in one job, of course, everybody's going to want to hire me.
Yeah.
Right. What was your degree in?
Communications.
Okay.
So it's like a business communications degree.
Yeah.
Officially, my major was organizational interpersonal communications.
Okay.
I don't know what that really means, to be honest with you. They changed the name of it now.
What kind of job, like if you were really looking for a job right now, what kind of skills, what kind of jobs does that translate to?
It's like HR and like human resources and
dealing with numbers.
Yeah, public speaking. I had a lot of public speaking classes.
Okay.
And I had always had like a side job, working from home, watching children, that sort of thing. But then I kind of got out of the house to start working once he left the ministry, and kind of put out there on Facebook through a Dave Ramsey group about side hustles, and got in contact with Silent Sales Machine, and here we are.
Awesome. You're one of the ones that, Dave Ramsey's group. We have a lot of people that come our way through that group. That's awesome. Yeah. Did you have some reserve cash that you were able to help live on, or were you just able to just make money with those Uber Eats, DoorDash type stuff?
Yeah, we had saved some money.
Yeah, and we, because of our lifestyle with Dave Ramsey, like we've always been very frugal, very like we budget pretty tightly. So that's definitely one thing I'll give as a tip for those that are doing the community. is try to have your finances in order. Because when you're trying to have a business in order, if you can have your finances in order, your personal finances, your budget, it helps so much because you already have that mindset of, not spending too much, saving for when the months are tight.
Right.
Yeah, that helped us a lot.
That's awesome. So you found Jim in our community, My Silent Team community, through Dave Ramsey's group. And so you just, did you go into the My Silent Team group and kind of hang out for a little bit, or what was your first product you purchased? You proved an Amazon course or coaching or Legends or what?
Well, yeah, we hung out in the Facebook group. We listened to a ton of podcasts. I mean, we drove a lot. He drove. I drove like an hour every night to go to work. And so we just listened to those podcasts all the time. They were great. And then the first thing we purchased was actually the training, right?
Yep, we did the advanced replens training.
Oh, yeah.
In person.
Oh, that's right.
We did.
Jimmy said that he came and taught you guys, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, right from scratch. We knew a little bit about selling on Amazon, but we jumped in pretty cold, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I barely knew what an ASIN was.
Yeah.
When we did the
So you said you knew a little about Amazon. What was your experience on Amazon or e-commerce prior to that?
We didn't have Prime. We hardly shopped on Amazon, because of our budget. We were just very we don't need to do anything extra.
Sure.
So we were not really Amazon users. We didn't know much about the business. And the first products I sourced were just books from around the house.
Perfect.
I sold my Dave Ramsey book, and that sold really fast.
That's awesome.
Because
that gave you the confidence. You're like, okay, this works.
Yeah.
This is something. I sold something.
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, financial books sell fast. Diet books sell fast. I went to Goodwill's in the area, did the scanning. I watched YouTube videos to also kind of help me give me tips on books. And it helped a lot. It built my confidence up.
Yeah.
And just knew that, okay, things could sell. I could just send things in. There might be still some books on the Amazon shelves. I don't know.
Right. How much of it you guys think, just a side question, just thinking for everybody else, how much of it do you think this is just a confidence issue versus a knowledge issue?
Mindset, confidence.
Yeah, I think it's confidence is a huge piece of it.
Yeah.
Because it really is a simple business model. I mean, there isn't like this complicated set of skills that you have to learn to be able to do business. Now, if you really want to grow the business, when we're in the Advanced Replens Mastermind right now, and that does take some growing skills, some things you have to develop. But to get started, I mean, you don't need a lot of money. You definitely need the right mindset. Yeah. And you definitely need to have confidence that I can do this.
Yeah, absolutely. But you're just like, I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to find a book that sells. I'm going to find a product that sells. We went to sourcing at 2 stores today. The first one, not so great. The second one, better luck. Not luck, but we found more products. So it's just like, okay, I'm going to find products. This is where the Lord has me, and it's for a reason. Just pep talk yourself up.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Where God guides, he provides.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. If you know you're in the right place, you're supposed to be doing this business, just trust him to provide you. I remember one time, I don't know if you guys remember this or how long ago it's been since I mentioned this story, but it was a Q4 one year walking into a world market. Do you guys have those in Virginia?
I don't know.
Don't think so.
It's a place where you can go in there and find all kinds of things from around the world, like furniture and food, like packaged type food, like cookies and tea, and from all over the world. And so we walked into this huge store. I had no idea where to even start. It was Black Friday, and I'm like, where do I go? Everything's on sale. So I just prayed, Lord, show me the good stuff. Yeah. And I remember that prayer, and it wasn't like I heard an audible voice that said, go to the back of the store. I just kind of felt led to go to the back of the store. I had like a hunch. So I went to the back of the store, and there was a whole wall of tea. And the brand was called Tea Forte, Forte. It was all buy one, get one half off, which wasn't a huge sale. But when we started, and this was before reverse sourcing days, before we knew to do reverse sourcing, we just were scanning the barcodes, and we bought thousands of dollars worth of tea in that day. And we continued to sell that tea for a long time. But he'll show you where it is.
Yes. Just having that confidence. And, even when the whole day you might only get one thing, like go back the next day, keep going.
Absolutely.
I did take a couple of weeks off from sourcing because I was very nauseous in the beginning of the pregnancy, and
Right.
you do get rusty after a while, like I did. So you got to keep it up.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a good tip. So did you guys start with things around your house because you wanted to start this with no money down, or because you needed to, or?
We really wanted to learn how to do the model.
Yeah.
We were listening to every single podcast.
Wow.
So we'd hear what the things that Jim would talk about on the podcast and say, yeah, let's just start with what we see in the house.
Yes.
But there was no money down, and that's basically really what Haiti did. At that point, I was listening to the podcast.
Okay.
And we heard about replens, but not. We hadn't really started yet.
Yeah, we knew we wanted to get both in and make it turn into a business and not just.
That's awesome. So how long have you been? When was that? When you sold that first book?
It was
probably October 2019.
Yeah.
2019. Okay. And do you mind sharing like what your sales are like right now? Last 30 days?
Well, we're definitely not where we were.
No.
I'll admit that.
No.
We had peaked. I won't say exactly where we're at right now, but I will say we peaked. We were averaging about 20,000 a month for several months.
That's awesome. So the reason I asked you, because it didn't matter what you say, whether you say it was 5,000 or 50,000 or 500,000 a month. It's the fact that you started with $0 and you're at 20-some thousand a month. That's incredible. And
it is, right.
It gives people hope that like, hey, I don't have to start this business with tens of thousands of dollars. You can if you want, but literally if you're sitting there and you're trying to scrimp, you need to, or you just want to, either you have to go the low risk route, or you need to, because you just don't have anything. You literally can grab things around your home like you did and see what sells, and stuff will sell. Sell it on Facebook Marketplace, sell it on eBay if you have to, or get that money, then pour it into Amazon, do the replens model. But I love that how you did that. I love your story, and love that you treated it as a business right from the beginning. It wasn't just you were just trying this thing, but you still started off small, but with the mindset of knowing that, hey, this is what we're doing. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yep, absolutely. It was good because we needed to start where we were.
Yeah.
We needed to explore, because I've listened to the first few podcasts and I'm like, what are they talking about? It was an inspirational, but like I was saying earlier, it took me a long time to figure out what ASIN was.
Well, like you were saying, Ryan, like it's important to remember where we came from. It's kind of like sharing our testimony and just remembering when we hope to get 500 a month, when we hope to get 1,000 a month, and it's so important to just remember where we all start from, how far we've come.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. I wrote an email a couple of weeks ago called, I think, something about look where you are, or look around you or something. Cause it's so easy to bury our head down. We're all climbing up this mountain, and it's so easy to look down and not look around, because we're so busy just trying to climb up and get to that next level of sales or wherever we are in our business. You sometimes just got to stop and look how far you've came. Like, oh my gosh, like look where we are now. Like if you go back to yourself, in August of 2019, for example, and if you could tell yourselves then where you are now, you'd probably be like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's so cool. Can't believe it. It's so easy to get down it right now. And you might look at somebody who's doing 200,000 a month and thinking, we're failures. We're not doing anything. What are we doing? Why are we even doing this? But resist that. Get rid of that mindset where you're comparing against other people. You're on your own race, you're running your own journey, and just be thankful for where you are, because it's so far above where you started, which is cool.
Yeah.
Right. And if you don't have a lot of money, invest your time.
Yeah.
If you don't have a lot of time, invest your money.
Absolutely.
Just figure out, what do you have in your hands that you can utilize.
Yeah. So how long did you do the books?
Actually not very long.
I think we did like 10 books.
I think I just did that first shipment.
Okay.
Boxes, and then that was it. Then after that, I was like, should I continue? Got him on board, and then we just jumped right into the training. So
for us, the real turning point was when Jimmy did the podcast with Jim about the we'll fly to your hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Mm.
right around episode 242, 243. I think.
Yeah. Did you know immediately when you listened to that you needed to sign up for that?
It was definitely,
Oh, yeah,
it
for
was
sure.
a God thing. We had actually called for coaching
Uh-huh.
and we just couldn't agree. We were like, we were bickering with each other. There was no peace.
Yeah.
And then this coaching opportunity came up and I thought, I'm going to ask him, but he probably will say no. I don't know what's going to happen. And he was just on board from the beginning. So I was like, well, that's why we couldn't agree for the first coaching, because God wanted us to take this coaching.
Yes.
And we really needed the hands-on training. Like
Yeah.
we didn't know anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we just felt like, it's worth it at this point. We know what we're doing. We've heard about the opportunities in community.
Yeah.
Just want to figure out where to start.
Yeah.
And we wanted to start on the right foot, in such a way that we knew if we make this investment, it's going to pay off in the long
That's
run.
awesome. So you can point back to that one move right there that launched you for real.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's cool.
And then there was December 2019 that we were in the stores with Jimmy and Brittany.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And we did Dollar Tree and
Mhm.
two
Big
other
chain.
stores. Yep.
Yeah, Walmart.
Yep.
And great. It's just nice to be able to have that experience, and then we can help others
Yes.
and just say, just keep it up. It's
Yeah.
very kind of boring standing there, but it's worth it.
Heidi's stated goal to Jimmy at that time was that you wanted to be on the podcast.
Yeah, I had shared that with Jimmy originally, and that was an opportunity we got to be with Jim.
Awesome.
But that was around, I think, episode 336.
Okay.
Was that episode?
Okay.
336, January 2021.
Awesome. I love it. Love it. Very cool. I've been on his podcast too, and it's fun. It's just kind of like, wow. Cause I got into this business because of Jim too. And it's like, to be on his podcast is like, wow, so cool,
Yeah. And I heard your podcast with him
Yeah.
in the beginning, and how
Mhm.
you won that contest or, whatever.
Yep. That was like my turning point, just like your
Yeah.
turning point with, it was a big investment for me too.
Yeah.
And so that I can definitely point back to that as like the start of the journey.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. So how long did you, or tell me about that training with them in person? Was there a light bulb moment, or what did you feel like you got from that was like so changed your business?
We learned the foundation for how to do reprints.
Okay.
So a lot of times you can do reprints and not know if you're doing it the right way. You could do it the wrong way for a long time. It's kind of like, I could put it this way. Let's say you have a really difficult homework assignment and you don't know if you're doing it right, and you do it all. And then the next day you get to class, you find out you did the whole thing wrong. There's lots of things you could have done differently.
Yes.
Definitely that way with math, right?
Okay.
If you can't do the math correctly, you do all your homework wrong. You just wasted it.
Right.
We knew that we wanted to do it the right
We
way.
didn't want to waste our time.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was the value of the training right there. So make sure that we put all the foundations in place. So number one was all about sourcing the first day.
Yeah.
So we sourced about 75 products that day, 76 products.
Wow.
We had done some training online with the Keepa, but just to have that person to person, like looking at the chart, yes for this graph, just yes for this product, no for this product. This is why I think no, this is why I think yes. It just helped us so much.
It only took us about 2 or 3 hours to really get it.
And I will say, like I said, we budgeted for our family finances, but we did take out a loan for this training because there are some things that we're adults and we're like, this is what we're going to do for our business, for our family.
Hey, Ryan Rieger here. If you're looking for proven real strategies for making money online, then grab my book, Streams of Income. In it, I detail the 3 main ways to make money online. And these are strategies that students of mine all over the world are using to make real money. And the best part is these are strategies that you can get started with $0 and 0 experience. So if you'd like a free copy of my book, Streams of Income, check out the link in the description below.